We'll drop down to the wrong end now because Bury's defeat at Southend has put them in danger. Only victory for Gillingham at Northampton would guarantee their survival.
There's nothing like an early penalty to settle those relegation nerves, so when Cody MacDonald was flattened, it meant it was time for Josh Wright to do what he does best. Remember that hat-trick of penalties against Scunthorpe? Well, Northampton keeper David Cornell clearly does, because he'd done his homework. Gillingham required 3 points to be certain of staying up. Anything less would leave the door open for Port Vale, but it was turning into a fingernail-nibbling afternoon for the travelling faithful when Jake Hessenthaler couldn't hit the spot. Indeed, hearts were in mouths when Mark Richards had a clear sight of goal. He couldn't take his chance, but could Port Vale now take theirs at Highbury?
Port Vale had to win to capitalise on Gillingham's stumble, and the game plan was clearly to sit deep and soak up pressure. Fleetwood duly pressurised their visitors, and it needed a smart save from Celtic loanee Leonardo Fassan to deny Ashley Hunter. Vale rarely emerged from their defensive shell in the first hour, but their plan was still on track because Fleetwood's finishing wasn't the best. Spencer Myers shooting wide. But the struggling Valiants also needed to find a goal from somewhere, and there was no shortage of effort from Anthony de Freitas, the French substitute, driving forward. And if that had somehow deflected in off Dan Turner's boot, Vale might yet be in League One. Fleetwood are hoping to leave the division, albeit in the other direction. The playoffs was always their realistic target, where Bobby Grant will be hoping for better fortune in front of goal. Fassan keeping Vale's dream intact, but time was now their biggest enemy. The goals of veteran Chris Eagles had given them hope in recent weeks, but there was no way past Fleetwood keeper Alex Cairns on this occasion. Inside the final 15 minutes, the hosts seemed to condemn their visitors to the drop when they had the ball in the back of the net, but Ashley Eastham, Devante Cole and the rest of the Fleetwood players didn't argue as the offside flag was raised. And the let-off spurred Vale to even greater efforts. De Freitas relentless in pursuit of the goal that would have salvaged their season. So close, but it just wasn't to be. And it wasn't to be at the other end either. Maybe the home side are saving their best stuff for the post-season. Hunter denied, and then David Ball also unable to break the deadlock. Manager Uwe Rosler will be hoping that doesn't carry over into the playoffs. And it was Fleetwood on the front foot as time ran out on Vale's 4-year tenure in League One. They'll look back with regret on a summer recruitment of players from around the world unfamiliar with the grind of English football's third tier. Those decisions have cost them dear.
Can't score a goal, and that's the disappointing thing. One goal in 7 games, and I think, as you're seeing yourself, the players were certainly trying, the effort was there, desire was much better, but sadly we came up short.
I wasn't so concerned about Bolton. Obviously they did what they had to do, and didn't expect it any difference, to be fair. I just wanted to win the game today, and I think in the second half I felt we could have done a little bit better today.
I think overall we've come up short in lots of areas. A lot of those players will go, and maybe a few of those players, you know, they're coming to a new country maybe, and desire is slightly different with what we've got. We've not really been given the best bunch of players, and yes, you do come back to the recruitment side of it, and in the summer that's killed us.
We showed a lot of character today. I thought we really deserved the win, but and we got a clean sheet. It's only the third one we've got all season, so so it's unbelievable, really. But no, it's all credit to everybody connected to the football club. You know, it's you know, what we've got to do is we've got to regroup and then go from there, really.
Yes, commiserations to Port Vale, who will be playing their football next season in Sky Bet League 2.